8M, toughest block in this tunnel for you guys. Beautiful entrance, really, really good. Okay, timing. It's the key throughout this whole thing. Marconi goes out, and we should see Manuel following that grip. So as Marconi goes, Manuel, that grip needs to be moving down there, and you need to be taking Felipe's position, and Felipe needs to be moving forward so that you've got somewhere to go. And then Fred, you have nowhere to go, man. You have to wait for Manuel to get, you have to follow Manuel's hand. You cannot get in front of him, otherwise this stuff is going to happen. You're going to run out of space. Let's just keep watching the dive. So do it incredibly slowly in this tunnel. You know, in a bigger tunnel you can get away with some of this stuff. In the small tunnel it's going to force you guys to be the absolute rock solid. You're going to be the best at block 8, guys, because you're going to be forced to be by learning it in this tunnel. So as Marconi goes out, Fred, see how your head is on this side of Marconi. It forces the piece to be bigger than it needs to, and I think it forces Marconi into the glass as well. So as Marconi opens up, let him go. Like, pull a little bit on your right hand, straighten your left hand just a little bit, and then pop your head in between his legs at this stage. And then follow Manuel's hand through. And Manuel, key thing for you here is your high anticipation, almost preempt the key. So as you can feel Marconi is about to key, start moving that leg down so that you almost try and take his head off. I know you guys are talking about stuff right there, but and there is other things, but I just need to look at the start right now because we've got to initiate the block well. Out. Okay. You could do it from the outside if you really wanted to, if you feel like you keep the piece short and straight enough. I see how that could work. I've seen a couple of teams do it, but you just have to keep it as, like, this is a really good job, Fred and Marconi, of keeping the piece short despite having your head outside. I tend to put my head in, but that's maybe because I have more space in the tunnels that I'm flying when I'm doing that. Manuel, that's much better. Manuel and Felipe getting through, and then remember, ignore the back pair and just try and get through. That's way better timing. Still too early though, Fred. Look at this, still too early. There's no point you being in front of those guys. You need to be in this section here. That's good timing. That's the timing I really like, is where Manuel and Felipe are lined up with Marconi, and so Marconi gets popped into the center there. Better timing, much better timing. So look at that. See, Manuel is following Marconi through. Perfect, perfect. And then Fred still a little early, just a fraction early, but the front pair gets through in time. The back pauses a little, whether they hit the glass or not, they're able to pause. That's really nice, Marconi, that you're kind of noticing that there was no reason for you to come back now. There's nowhere to go. You just got to get in between the grips there. Yeah. All right, something else, something else. Yeah, slow down, please slow down. We need technique, we need technique. We don't need speed on this block. Like, Marconi's head, Fred's knee. Look where you guys are now. We have to keep pretty much the center of the piece here. If that center moves out to there, there's nowhere for the cat to go. But if Marconi moves out, Fred gently starts moving to here. Marconi is patient. There we go. And then Fred can now get through the center, and at the halfway point where Marconi's head was, there's Fred's knee. Where Fred's knees were, Marconi's head can go. And so now the piece is able to turn around its center point. Just think about it like that. We need these two pieces turning around their center point. There and there. And if we can do that, sync with synchronicity, with matching this picture, and this picture, we can make it fit in this tunnel. It does not happen with speed in this tunnel. Well done, Fred, for slowing it all down. And please, yes, the last two are so good in comparison. And then Fred, you're even a little more with your head in between the legs on this one. You're able to do it. And you can see how if your head was between the legs, or now you got it on the outside, either way, the goal is to shrink the cat to a straight, as short as it can go from Marconi's head to your feet together. Alright, the front pair, I feel like you guys are doing a good job once we got Manuel and Felipe syncing up for the start of the move. And Manuel, remember, you're trying to take, your knees are trying to go where Felipe's head is right now. So they have to describe this kind of arc through to there, and Felipe has to get out of your way, step forward, and not keep going forward to here, but then go to the position where you were. Perfect. And now same thing happens where Felipe is trying to go through here, and Manuel is just matching Felipe. Beautiful. Wow, what an improvement, guys. And that was about slowing down and getting the synchronicity. Nice one, Fred.